I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not blind, but I could tell from a mile away this episode was gonna be pretty good. That's all I'm gonna say. I say that a lot, don't I? So, today I am going to be talking about Gotham Season 1, Episode 16, The Blind Fortune Teller. I should also mention that my name is David, just in case you're watching this for the first time, and if my channel name isn't clear enough for you. So with that being said, guys, let us get into this episode. What was this whole thing about, huh? So, basically, Gordon and Leslie Tompkins are going to the circus, and this fight ensues, and Gordon tries to break it up, and we find out that it's between these two families. One of them is known as the Graysons, and we saw the younger man who was going to be one day the father of Dick Grayson, aka Robin, and his wife was on the other side of the other family that was having the feud with the Graysons. That was the girl he ends up with at the end. That will one day be his mother, Dick Grayson's mother. So that was kind of fun, even though they didn't really have anything big to do with the episode, because we find out that there was this murder that happened at the circus, I guess before circus hours started, and we find out that it was this kid that killed his own mother at the end, who kind of gave hints that he's a little crazy. Maybe the Joker? Who knows? But it was an interesting fun little Easter eggs, I guess, they were throwing at us. And something that the producers have noted was that this kid is not necessarily the Joker. He could be, and I'm gonna tell you something. This kid did a pretty good job at, channeling his inner Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger, because there was a little bit of both vibes going on there. I felt a little bit more Heath Ledger, but my brother told me, really? I think he felt more like Jack Nicholson. But I'm not saying he was any of those actors. I'm just saying it felt like he was trying to channel a little bit of it, right? And it did a pretty decent job at the insanity part, because once he started turning, it was like, it kind of got a little creepy there. I'm going to admit that. I thought that was a little creepy. Speaking of Gordon and Leslie Tompkins, I really enjoy their relationship a little bit more. And then Barbara, who returns in this episode, Jesus Christ. And I'm gonna admit, I hate Barbara. I've been saying this for a long while now. I think she is the worst TV character in any of these superhero type shows. You compare her to Lana or Iris from The Flash, or Laurel from Arrow. She is the worst of the bunch of these type of female characters. And I don't even know why she came back. She finds out that, Selena and Pepper, or whatever Poison Ivy's real name is on the show, he finds out that they've been hanging out at Gordon's apartment, and she seems okay with that, asking him, a little bit for advice on what to wear as a dress to get Jim's attention. And then at the end, she sees Leslie Tompkins making out with Gordon in the police station, and I'm just thinking, what do you expect? You've been gone for how long, and you expect him to wait for you, and now you're angry? I was kind of hoping a cat fight would ensue, because these are two very beautiful women, and that would have been interesting. But moving along. We also got a little bit of Bruce Wayne in this episode, which was nice. He started getting suspicious more of his company and decided to have a little board meeting, and when he did, it got kind of intense there for a little bit. Bruce started asking some serious questions, and the board was like pretty, put back by it. They weren't sure. Like, we know they're hiding something. Bruce knows they're hiding something, and he says, "Hey, I'm gonna take legal action if I have to." That was pretty cool too. I enjoy that stuff. I also enjoy the stuff with Penguin. Even how little it was, we saw that Zsasz had kept Butch alive, Fish Mooney's old bodyguard, I guess. Yeah, it looks like he's, messed up in the head now, because now he's taking orders from Penguin and Zsasz, which is pretty insane. And it's going to be interesting to see how Fish Mooney reacts if she ever sees Butch again. Will Butch break out of this, whatever Zsasz did to him, or will he break out of it once he sees Fish, or will he kill her? Who knows? Speaking of Fish, she is already starting to take control of her underworld prisoners, her fellow prisoners that are with her in the prison. And she makes this deal with the guy upstairs to have a meeting with him. We don't know who he is. Maybe it's Falcone, maybe it's someone else. But it looks like some serious stuff is going on. And it was really cool seeing Fish take this stand and toughening up and starting to take control of the situation, because that's who Fish really is. And I'm glad we're seeing that. Just because Penguin and Falcone put her in a vulnerable spot, she's not being vulnerable. She's gonna stand up and try to get back out there to get revenge. So I thought that was all really well handled. So for the most part, guys, I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. There were some things that kind of bugged me, like the return of Barbara, but that stuff didn't really bring down the episode. It was a whole majority of things. I felt like the tone in the beginning felt a little off, felt a little corny at times. But for the most part, it was an enjoyable episode. I really enjoyed it. And it was great seeing the Graysons. Even though they seemed like to be an afterthought in the episode, they didn't seem to be there to really play an important part. They were just there more as an Easter egg or a wink to the camera. The Joker stuff was really cool. This whole investigation, finding this kid, and the fortune teller who obviously knows who killed this kid, and we find out that he's the Joker's father, his real father, and that, the Joker has already, or this kid who could be the Joker, it seems like he's already mixing his stories up to throw people off. So I thought it was a really cool episode in that part. And, the Bruce stuff, I think it really got good when he got into that board meeting, because it raised some questions, especially on what he might do down the road. The Fish Mooney stuff was all good. Almost everything in the episode was perfect. So yeah, solid episode. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait for next week. And until next time, guys, take care.